What's up, YouTube? It's Rudy back with another video. Today I want to talk about tire sizes. A lot of people ask me about what's the tire sizes should I have in stock, what's the ones that sell a lot, for new and used. We go into detail with brands too, but yeah, these videos are for tire shop guys that want to go into the tire shop business. They want to start their own shop, they have their own shop, guys that want to be dismounters at tire shops and want to add value to the shop. So I'll tell you a lot about the way I do things in my experience and why I do it, as in why do I grab these sizes. So here you go. I want to first talk about the new ones. The new ones, the ones that sell the most, right? Are because there's a lot of cars out there of the same kind that use the same tire size. Think about the cars that are on the road a lot. Honda Civics, you got their Toyota Corollas, and then we got the Camrys and the Accords and the Maximas, and so on. So 2020, there is a lot of 205 55 16s, brand new, right? We're talking about the new ones right now. Brand new, here we go. 215 60 16s. Those are like the ones that are gonna sell the most out of all. So you wanna stock a lot of those. 195 65 15s. That's the winner right there for the 15s. We go 17s. 215 55 17s. 225 50 17s. That's the winner for those 18s. I'll see you have a lot of 235 45 18s. A lot of 225 40 18s. And 19s. 235 40 19s. 235 35 19s. 245 40 19s. And we got 20s. 275 55 20s for the Chevy Silverados, Tahoe Suburbans, Ford F-150s, GMC Sierras, Yukon Denali's. All they have that 275 55 20s and more vehicles. We have a little bit bigger ones that I stock a lot of. 265 70 17s. For the 16s, the bigger ones. 265 70 16s. For your Tahoes, Suburbans, F-150s. I have a lot of work truck that come to my shop, so we do a lot of 245 75 16s. I saw a ton of those. 215 85 16s. 225 75 16s. 235 85 16s. I might be missing out on some as the video goes on, but for the most part, this is the main bread and butter size for the new ones. We continue. 205 65 16s. 225 60 16s. 215 65 16s. 215 55 16s. 195 60 15s. 235 75 15s. For the 14s, 185 65 14s. There's a lot of trailer tires too that I sell. So you go to the 205 75 15s and the 205 75 14s. And I also stock a lot of the 225 75 15s. Again, trainers. These are all ST tires, by the way. ST for the traders. I'm going off the top of my head. I'm not having anything written down. I like to stock 245 65 17s Goodyears, because a lot of those trucks that came with that size came with that original Goodyear Forterra HL. '22s, I like to have the 265 35 22s. If we're gonna go 13s, we gotta go like a 185 70 13s. Sometimes the 175 75 13s. Did I say 275 70? Yes. Brand new, I like to stock different brands in the most common ones, which is 205 55s, 16s, 215 60 16s, and 215 55 16s, because there's sometimes they're so common, so hot, that sometimes people want a better brand, like the best brand. So let's say I keep on average a lot of Goodyears. Sometimes people might want even more mileage than a Goodyear, so I usually get like a Falcon, a high mileage Falcon, the ones that run 75 80,000 miles. So 24s, 305 35 24s I have in stock, and for 26 305 30 26. That's the main common ones for those 24s and 26s that you see on the street. So I do keep some 225 45s. It's not that common, but I do keep those and they do sell. So 225 45s and 215 45s. So those are also, they also sell a good amount. One tire size that I sell a lot, that probably a lot of shops don't carry, is the 225 70 19.5. And I saw a lot of that tire. I make good profit from it because I put them on those tow trucks, those box trucks, and you're able to mark them up pretty good, because a lot of tire shops don't do them for whatever reason. And you need a big gun, the 1-inch drives, the thicker hoses, which your compressors, it's fine, it'll hold it fine. You just gotta make those bigger lines, run the bigger lines. So I love that size. And even other shops buy them from me a lot. I hold them in stock, and they need them right away. They know I have them, so they just come over here and buy them. Road service guys too. But that's mainly it for the brand new ones. If you took some notes on those and you go pretty heavy on buying those, don't worry about it. Your money's safe. You're gonna sell them, and you won't have to be buying them over and over. You buy a lot of them, you just continue to sell, and there are other sizes I carry too. I didn't talk about them, that are not that common. Like for instance, drag radial tires, the 18s, the 17s. Those are something I carry that I like. First of all, I use them for my cars. A lot of my friends use them, and I put them on offer up. They'll sell too. But those they won't go to waste pretty much. They'll sell. Today's a Thursday. Today is December the 16th. I just washed the limo, the black limo. We're gonna use it tonight for a company limo and dinner that we do every year. We weren't able to do it last year because of COVID. There was no restaurants open. You could not eat inside anywhere. But this year things open back up, and so we're ready to use this bad boy tonight. Go pick up the guys, and we are ready for tonight. I'll be driving it, you know, so you know you want to do things to save you money too. You can't be spending money all the time. Quit spending money is what some guy told me one time, and I stick to it. Save money wherever I can. So I'll drive it tonight. I won't have a driver. Save some money. Pick up everybody. I treat my guys to dinner. They can get whatever they want. It's gonna be a good night. All right, so now for the very important tire sizes for the used. This one gets very tricky, but it's the most profitable. This is how you're gonna make your money in the tire business. It's with the used ones. So which ones do you have in stock? What do you keep in stock? Which ones do you try to get in? Which ones sell? And high profits. Of course, used ones you can get them for a real cheap price, and you can sell them. Well, because that's what they go for. It's the going rate. It's not that you're trying to sound expensive. You're just signing up for market rate. So for the very common sizes, 205s, 55, 16s, you want to have a ton of those. 215, 60, 16s. Again, it sounds very similar to the new ones, but there's a lot of twists coming up ahead. 205, 65, 16s, you want to have a lot of 195, 65, 15s. Again, all these are super common tires. 195, 60, 15. 185, 65, 15. That's a twist from the new compared to the used. All right, so then you go on to the big 15s. 215, 70, 15, 235, 75, 15s. I remember I would say back in the day, man, if I'll find some shop, some place that I can buy 100 or more of those fucking 235, 75, 15s, I'll do it. And one day I came across it. I never thought in my life I would come across that. And I bought as much as I can from that guy. He had a whole bunch. I must have bought like about 150 or something of the 235, 75, 15s. Man, that thing lasted for like a year. So then 225, 75, 15s, the car and trailer ones. ST 225, 75, 15, ST 205, 75, 15, and ST 205, 75, 14s. Sometimes if you get those 215, 75, 14s, they're good STs. But the big 15s, 215, 75, 15s, I get all that in, man. 205, 75, car ones, 15s. 205, 70, 15s. If I get into 235, 60s, I'll try to get them in. 245, 60s. 255, 60s. 275, 16s. 60, 16s. 15s, I mean. I meant to say 275, 60, 15. 295, 50, 15s. 31, 10, 50, 15s. 39, 50, 15s. 33s, 15s, 32, 15s, anything that comes in. As much as you can, 15s. All that sells, man. 35, 12, I sold some 35s yesterday. 35, 12, 50, 15s. As much as you can, 15s, any size. When it comes to the big stuff, just bring it in. $14, same thing. As much as you can, big sizes 14s. 195 70 14, 195 75 14s, 215 70 14s, 215 75 14s, 225 70 14s. As much as you can, bring the big stuff in. Of course, your bread and butter size is 195 60 14s, 185 65 14s, 185 60 14s, 175 65 14s. Those are your bread and butter ones for the 14s. 205 70 14s. I forgot to mention that one for the big sizes. Move on to the 17s. Hot sizes 215 55 17. It's probably gonna be your hottest size. 225 50 also 17. But let's move on. 225 45 17. I saw a lot. 215 50 17s. Saw a lot. 205 50 17s. 225 60 17. I saw a lot. 215 65 17s. They move slower, but they sell. Of course, your hot, super hot sizes in the used, amazingly hot. 215 45 17s. Those are on fire. 225 65 17s. They're your bread and butter size. 225 55 17s. They sell. Bread and butter, just your average and ordinary size. Again, what I'm saying is the hot sizes that sell a lot. I'm gonna get into the other sizes after, a little later. But these are the sizes that move a lot. 245 65 17, 235 65 17. 265 70 17s. And I think that's about it. 18s, the ones that move a lot, used. 225 40 18. We have the 265 35 18s. 235 45 17s. Move a lot. Bread and butter size 245 40 18. I got a ton of those high tread. Uh, 225 45 18 bread and butter. You can see those. Bread and butter 235 50. What about big ones? 225 45. No, sorry. 245 45 18. It's a bread and butter. I'm all down there. A lot of mismatched single ones. And that's about it for those smaller 18s. 19s, the ones that sell a lot. 235 35 19. 235 40 19 is hot. 245 40 bread and butter. 245 245, 45, 8, 7, 19s, bread and butter. And that's pretty much for the 19s. The 20s, 275, 55. 20s again, that's like the main one that sells a lot the most. 275, 60s, it's a bread and butter. 265, 50, 20, a bread and butter. A 245, 35, 20 is a bread and butter. You would think it's not really common, but and that's pretty much it for the 20s for bread and butter. That move a lot. 22s, 285, 45s is the bread and butter size. 305, 40 is probably the one that sells the most. Of course, the 265, 35, 22. Now that size is hot, but it's really hard to find. Again, I'll say right now, if I'll find somebody that has 100 of those tires, I'll buy 100 of those tires. That's pretty much it for the 22s. Besides the 285, 35, 22, I sold some yesterday. That's a bread and butter size. So I think I covered them all. 13s, I mean, 175, 70, 13 is the hot one. And then trailer tire, 175, 80, 13 is hot. 24, 305, 35, 24 is hot. 26, we have a 305, 30, 26 is hot. Super hard to find those tires, guys, used. So if you're one of the shops and you get them in, man, you saw that thing. Sell that every week in that size. Okay, so here we go. That was the common sizes. Those are the ones that sell the most. Those are hot sizes. And pretty much all shops are gonna have those sizes also as well. If they're true purebred tire shop. Because this topic is about the tire sizes that you want to keep in. I want to talk about the uncommon, the other side story. So pretty much picture what I just told you in the used tires is that you split it in half, right? And we just talked about the left side, the common size. But now we're gonna go into the right side, the uncommon size that are very profitable and hard to get, and a lot of people don't know about these sizes potentially, or a lot of people cannot get them in to their shops, and they can sell really fast too, by the way. They can sell as fast as these if you market them a lot, if you know what you're doing, if you can put them in for other sizes, and customers not gonna be able to find them anywhere. There are gonna be certain shops that have it, tire shops that know what they're doing. So this is the part of the video where I'm saying this is the juiciest, the most profitable, where you can make your money and live a good life, have your toys, buy properties, or whatever you want to do. Here we go. 2021 and near years in the past and moving forward. Right now what's hot is the 20s, the white 20s. You can sound for a lot because they go for a lot, and a lot of people need them. They're really hard to find. A lot of young guys that buy those Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes, G8s, you name it, that has we're talking about Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers, Magnums. Well, Magnum's an old car now, but these are the sizes that they're gonna be needing, and they don't have, a lot of them don't have money for new. They're very expensive, so they'll be happy for used ones that are gonna last them a long time. Here we go. In no particular order, I'll try to start from the smallest and up. $225, $35, $20s. Start small. That's a hot size right there. Like I mentioned earlier, $245, $35. I'll put it in this group too. It's a hot size. $255, $35, $20. That's a hot size. Even if you just have one single ones. You can go for $265, $40s if you have pairs like these right here. You can put them on those Dodge Chargers and Challengers. Everyday driving use for those right there. $275, $40, $20s. Hot size. I only have like one pair right now. They're like over there. Not even that good. Hot size, $275, $35, $20s. I have a bunch of those. These are $275, $35. So pretty much this size, Lexus, BMW, Mercedes have them stock. A lot of them. Also your Camaro SS, brand new ones that are right now that they're out. That's the stock size, $275, $35, $20s. And you know how those kids, they burn them out a lot, right? No quema cuz. But hot sizes, man. You can put in a $285, $30, $20 for instead if you want, a little bit wider. It'll be a little bit lower, but a little bit wider. A better size to put on that car would be like a $295, $30, $20. This size right here. Same height, just wider. This size is not that hot though, but still keep it in stock because you still will sell it slower. But you can again put this size in for those Camaros and they will love it. $305, $30, $20s. That's a bread and butter size for me. We have pairs, and again, I'm talking about pairs right now. You can have single ones, and I'll tell you about the single ones later if I remember about it. Tell you about how to match them up. But you want to shoot for having pairs, collecting the pairs. Yeah, like if you buy singles and you hold them, and then you later on you find another one, you pair it up, and then you're able to sell them as pairs. So I just get that out of the way now. Long story, but you make it a pair by holding on to them. Moving forward, $305, $35 if you can. That's a really hard one. I come across those very slowly, and when I do come across them, they don't have that much tread. This is the size right here. But hot size, very hot size that you can't even get. $275, $30 is the bread and butter. You can put those in the front of cars. I know people put them in the back for like their G35s and stuff like that when they're lowered, but if you have like a lower Camaro, you can put that size like in the front too, in 7530s. Lowered Corvettes. 315 3520s, hot size. People ask me about that size all day long. And tell me I got them. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't, but they asking. They put them for those Chargers and Challengers in the back, Camaro SS in the back, sometimes the Mustangs in the back. I haven't seen only one Corvette with those in the back. But the other cars, there's a ton of the other cars, so. All right, so 285/40, I like to get those in because you can be very creative with these and put them in the back of Chargers, Challengers because of the height. A lot of people love that height, and that size has height. 295/40 20s. I'm sorry, 295/40 20s, height. Again, back of Chargers, Challengers. You sell them because of the height and they're wide. So those sizes that I just mentioned right now, those last two, you're gonna have to pretty much sell them. You know, they're gonna come in with a stock 275/40, and you tell them, hey, you wanna go wider in back, go bigger? You know, you wanna go wide? Yeah, let's do it. You put that size in 285/40s, 295/40s, and they leave super happy. Ah, big tire, hell yeah. Muscle car. Make good profit on that. A hot size for the used, I forgot to mention, but it's more of a bread and butter size for like the ones you want to have keep in common. A 245/45/20. But you can also put it in this group too that, you know, use it a lot on that tire size for the front of the muscle cars. Chargers, Challengers, Mustangs, Camaros. Well, not really Mustangs, but Camaros. I get in a lot of 255/40 20s. I'm sorry, 255/40 20s. For the reason of, you can put them in the front. You say you got again, Camaro, Charger, Challenger. You put that in the front. Go a little bit wider than what they have. It looks better, looks meaner when it's wider. But again, that size, you're gonna have to sell it. You're gonna have to sell it like, hey, you wanna go a little wider? Yeah, let's do it. And it's a lot of tread, very high tread, very, very good. All right, let's do it. They leave real happy because they get a really good tire, high tread, for a good price, lasts them a long time, and it looks a little better than stock. 22s. I just jump around from 20s to 22s since I'm here. If you could go wider tire sizes, 295/40. If you're gonna go, if you get some really good like 275/40s, say go for it. Not really much you can do with 22s. 305/45 is the main bread and butter. I forgot to mention earlier. 305/45 22s. You come across sometimes 325/35/22, I believe. 325/30 or 35/22s, whatever size it comes in. Those Pirellis. But you gotta get them in pairs though, because it's gonna be hard to find if you're not really good at looking for tires. Don't grab them unless you find them in a pair, high tread, you know. Let's go to the 19s. I'll walk around. 19s, there's a lot of sizes. For the uncommon but highly profitable. I'll start with the 285 35 19. This size you can put it in for a lot thinner sizes. And Corvettes have them in the back. So just with Corvettes, you can have a lot of customers for these. So that's a hot one. This might take long, so I don't want to take that long, but I want to just shoot through the tire sizes. I don't want to go one by one on the 19s because it's more of a broad size. There's gonna have all kinds of customers for these. So if you just grab them, the size I'm gonna tell you, then you're gonna do good. I mean, 20s is more like same cars type of thing, but 19s is gonna be a whole bunch of BMWs, Lexus, Mercedes, G35s, G37s, 350Zs, 370Zs. I mean, you go to the imports, Porsches, and you name it. I just want to keep. I'm gonna go through this real fast. Okay, here we go. 225 40 19s. 225 45 19s. I named it before 235 35 19s. It goes with this topic too. I named the 245 40 also, but you can, throw that in here too, because sometimes you can go wider. Instead of a 225 45, you can put the 245 40, and a lot of sales. 265 35, you want to have 275 35s. I'm just gonna jump around. 305 30s, 295 30s, 255 40s, 285 30s. I got pairs of those. We're gonna go with, if you can get 295 35s, really hard, but that's a super hot size. A 305 35, a super hot size. We're gonna go with I named that one. 345 30 19s hot. There's one of them there. Also, you can't see it, but 325 30 19s. That's a Z06 rear tire. That can be it. That one is gonna be a tricky one. I've dealt with that one for years, and you're only really gonna sell that particular size if it's high tread. So be very careful on that one. If you can get a pair, which most likely you won't be able to find them like that used, so you're gonna have to get like 1 and 1, and like if you can get like one Hankook, example of what I'm trying to do right now, and then another one pop up, which they do, you get a Bridgestone and then match it up later. This is more advanced talk. You can match it up later and sell them for a good amount, but that one's a hard one. So be careful with the size, 325 30 19s, unless it's high tread, unless it's a common brand that you can find again later. Cause you might be stuck with it if you can't match it up. But I'll take risks, I'll get them, and I know I can get them later on. It could take me a year. I'll find that tire, I'll match it up, and I'll sell it for good money. So that one's a tough one, but be careful with that one. So here we go. Oh, we're almost done with this. If you can find a pair of 255 30 19s, that'd be good. What's up there? Okay, 255 35 19s. That's a good one. It kind of sells a lot. What else? The bigger size, I'm not really mentioning bigger size SUV stuff. It moves slower, but if you can find pairs of 255/60 19s, 255/50 19s, I'll grab those. 235/50 is a hard one. It'll move a lot slower, but you'll sell it eventually. Also, the 245/50, that one's a hard one, but you can eventually sell them. 245/55 19s, those are high risk ones. Be prepared to not sell them for a long time if you're gonna thinking about grabbing those. But I grab them because I sell them, because I got a lot of customers, so I'm able to move those. Like that's one right there, 245/55. So we want again, you want to get those in pairs, like from the start. You want to buy them in the pairs. You don't want to go singles on those for sure. Unless you have so much customers like me already that people come and ask you for singles, I do grab them singles. But for you, when you're starting out or having a shop that you're ready to get into new sizes, you probably just want to go for pairs only on those sizes. But that's pretty much it for the 19s. I want to move on to the 18s. To the 18s, 295/35 18s is hot for me, and wider. If you go 315/35s, hard to find. 315/30s, hard to find, but you sell these if you have them. And again, these kind of want to get, if you get pairs only. 335/30 18s, it's hot for me, but it's hard to sell if you only have singles. Sometimes I do grab them singles, and it bites me in the butt, man. These things, like that one, I'll probably never sell that one unless someone wants to burn them out. I might be stuck with those, with that one. I mean, okay, 285/35 18s, hot. 275/35 18s, hot. 285/40, if you can pair them up, like that one and that one, same exact brand, Goodyears, that would be a good size. Again, these are wider muscle car tires. 275/40 18s, that's gonna be like your minimum right there and up. But those tire sizes mentioned, man, if you can try to get them and pair them up, be very good. And that's pretty much it for the 18s. 17s, I do singles on this size. 275/40 17s. A lot of F-body Camaros have these sizes, stock ones, and they do get them for the front or back, and they are willing to matching them up singles. And I do get them on single. I get them in, and sometimes they even, with time, I pair them up. Like, I'm not trying to pair them up. Like, they just, I mean, it's awesome what they do. Like this one, I had one, and then the other one came up. I have a pair now. Look at it. But this size, if you just find singles, grab it. These things always sell. Always sell, always sell, always sell. As singles and even more as a pair. 285/40 18. I just happened to get one. I held on to it, and then the other one came up, and now it's a hot pair I have. People will love these in the back of the Camaros, or Corvettes, or Mustangs, Trans Ams. I mean G8s. I mean, you name it. GTOs. Hot. Okay, 245/45 18. What you can see down here. Beautiful. We have $255.40 17. You can get singles sometimes. You try to pair them up, because if you have this size, you can most likely run into another pair, another single later on and then pair it up, and then it'll be a hot one. A 315, 35, 17. I always get those singles. And sometimes, again, they just pair up. But always try to get those sizes in. Everybody loves that size. I'm going to cut the white Mustangs, Camaros, and Corvettes. But also a 335, 35, 17. That one's really hard. I still get it in. I still hold them. But someone that wants to just put some white ass tires on their car, they'll buy mismatched ones and they'll do it. But sometimes they do come in. They do pair up. Hot 315s, hot 275s. That's pretty much it for the 17s when it comes to the white stuff. Not white stuff that I do get in, 240, 550s. I'll get those in. I'll save them. They'll sell singles. And then I forgot to mention on the common stuff, 235, 55, 17s. That's just a real common one. You want to grab those all the time. I moved forward from 17, so we got 19s. The white 16s, I go for the 245 50s. A lot of Mustangs, Camaros with these old school ones, or old school muscle cars like Chevelles, Novas. They'll get them for like Monte Carlos and stuff like that. So that's a hot size. 235 55. I like to grab those. My little trucks put those on, and they come stock on the Camaros, I believe. I think they're the V6s back in the day, the Z28s. I don't know, something like that. But they sell for other cars, mainly for other cars. Sometimes they're good for that car, but so those two sizes. Rarely if you get in a 255 50. I would grab it, but those are gonna be kind of very, very rare, and it's like one of the favorites of muscle car guys, because it's like the whitest one there is, and I think they made a Corvette with that size stock. So big 18s. So you will come across SUV ones that are very common, like these Goodyears right here. I just grab them and make sets of 4, and then usually just sell them as sets of 4. So instead of selling 2s, you sell 4s. You know, bigger profits, you move more inventory. 275, 65, you want to be kind of careful. I grab them because I know I can sell them. But you can find some high tread ones and common ones. So like, these Goodyears are gonna be common. Those Goodyears are gonna be common. These Michelins are gonna be common on that size. And I don't really grab these, but there was a set of 4, and I just wanted to get those 4. Also, those Michelins. Those are kind of common right now, but for you, I would probably say not grab them. If you can come across these instead. Those will sell better, these will sell better, and those will sell better instead of those, because it's kind of like ugly looking for more people. It's an all-terrain supposedly, but I got them because I know I can sell them. 265, 65, 18s. These Michelins are very common. Like I showed you in the front, those Goodyears are common. Oh, these are the Michelins that are very common. These 4. So I grab these all the time, and I make pairs. I have a lot of pairs of these, a lot of sets of these. So these are pretty easy to sell on a set of 4 when people want them. Look, I have all these 4 saying they're great, and I even have like 20 to choose from, whatever you want. All right, cool, let's put them on. So 255 70s, you're gonna come across sometimes like these takeoffs. I would grab them. because you collect another one, and then a pair like this right here. I had one for a long time, and then the other one came in, and now I have a badass pair. 275 70 18. I'll be able to sell these for a lot because these are LTs, so you can put the heavy duty on the heavy duty trucks, the F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, whatever they want. These are gonna be kind of common. If you can find them used and like a set of 4, they're high tread, grab them. If you have them takeoffs like this, I'll grab this one. So this is a good one. These are the 255 70 18s. Look at 275 70 18s. You come across sometimes these Goodyears. If you come across a set of 4, grab them. If you find a 2, I probably wouldn't grab them, or 1 I wouldn't grab. 305 65 18 BFGs. Not a common size, but it's like a 33, so it is a common for like any truck that wants a 33-inch 18. So if you come across a set of 4, grab it, save them. You will eventually sell them. If you come across these Goodyears 275 70 18s, grab it. You can make sets of 4 of these. They do come out. Just very detailed with these, but it's kind of tricky because there's not a lot of 18s with the trucks, but they do come up and they do need them badly when they do come up, the customers, so then they'll buy them. But you don't want to keep stocking more and more because you'll come across a lot of these, and so you don't want to keep going over and over. You just want to come across some and get some, and that's it, because you'd rather save your space for some other things that are gonna move more, right? So if you come across these 265 60 20s, I would say grab them. The Goodyears, they're the LTs. So these are beautiful because you're gonna be able to put them on heavy duty trucks that need the LT. Like the last that I sold was on a limo. You know, if you get those GMC Denali XLs, you can put them on those trucks. I think that's what they come off of. But those are the 8 lugs. If you have like Suburbans with 8 lugs, you can put those on. So if you come across those, grab them if they have good tread. If they don't grab them. Small 16s. For me, what's been hot lately is the 295 50 16s. This size have been hot for me lately in this last year. Things change all the time, so maybe if you see this video like in 5 years from now, it'll probably be a different story. Maybe there's gonna be a ton of these, maybe 185 55 16s. So, but these are good. I grab these. For me right now, it's like a bread and butter. 205 50 you always want to have. I didn't mention 215 55s, more like a bread and butter, but not hot, just they move. Honda Civics have them. $205 40 16, if you come across, I'll just grab it. Not hot, but once in a while they sell. So $195 45. I like to grab these. Mini Coopers have them, so they sell. Not really much when it comes to the little ones. 195 45 used to be a good size. I'm sorry, 195 55. But it hasn't really been selling lately, in plus last couple years or so. I didn't mention 245 75 16s, also 225 75 16s, 235 85 16s, and the 215 85 16s. Those four you always want to have in stock if possible. Like right now I do not have any 215 85 16s. That's a super hot size for me. I just wasn't able to get them in for like a last 2-3 months. It's really hard. But the other sizes I always do have in stock. Be careful on the 245 75 16s, because you're gonna be able to come across a lot of those, and you just don't want to keep grabbing and grabbing and grabbing. They're gonna take a lot of your room. So unless they're high tread, very high tread, then grab them and grab them. But if they're regular stuff, be careful. Only have what a good amount of size. Don't overdo it in that size. One size that I mentioned earlier was the 215 65. It's a very common tire. You want to grab a lot of those if possible, because they are going to sell out. So 215 65 16s, go for it. I didn't mention earlier, I forgot about the 255 40 18. I like to have these in stock. I keep grabbing them and grabbing them when they come out. Right now they haven't been signed for me, but it's all right. When I come in, I just save them and I pair them up. In this case, none of these are pairs, but I have a lot of pairs. If I really get them out and match them up, where I keep down here, and I keep like just mixtures in here, like that's one, but that one's I think single. But I put a lot of them in there, and those are, back in the day, they were the Lexus, the IS250 would have them in the back. They'll have that size in the back, and the front 225 40. But again, I would say the 255 40s, you can put them in like in the fronts of muscle cars now. Camaros, Mustangs, you can put them in the front. It's a nice height. Again, people love height. I like height on my cars. So again, 255 40. And I'll grab them because I know I'll be able to match them up later. They come up, I grab them, and I'm pretty sure I have a lot of pairs, like I said, that I don't even know I do have. But one day if I have time, I'll grab them out and I'll pair them up and then put them on OfferUp or on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll sell them. But it's not an important thing right now. More importantly is I'll just keep grabbing them and just save them and have extra money. And I know it's a Bridgestone that I'm gonna come across again. I'll just buy it and I'll buy it and I'll buy it, right? And then later on I'll reap the benefits later on. I don't really care about it right now. I mean, there's so many tire sizes out there. It's just like there's so much work out there. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter. You later on you'll worry about that. Later on you'll be signing those. Later on is when you'll need them later on down the line. So I just grab those. I'll give you a little tip. So in the new ones, a lot of tire sizes, a lot of tire guys are not gonna have them in stock. And so well, I'm talking about the 12 16.5s and the 10 16.5s. So these go on the, what do they call those, bobcats, those skid steers or vehicles, right, that move the dirt. So right now, this shortage, it's really hard to find a inexpensive tire in this brand and this size. For me, I get like the ones that are like a nice design like this, that people want and are gonna pay for, and of course the sale, right, for the good price. So like if you look everywhere, you can find these things for yourself like over 200 bucks, which is like, you know, they're good quality. But like if you find an inexpensive one like this one, like that's gonna run you in the low hundreds, and you're gonna be able to make a good profit. You're gonna be able to sell it for like 200 or less a tire. Let's say you can sell these for like, just an example, like 165 or something like that, and the other was like 200, something like that. Then you'll be able to sell them and sell them. For years I've had this tire installed. For years they sell for years they've been changing brands. I've been changing brands because they just stopped making them, and now you gotta find a new brand to stick with, and you buy it and you stick with it years, and then be able to buy it for a good price. Recently they were all out of all brands, so luckily they came out again. The last 6 months I've been signing for this brand for like last year or so, but it was pretty hard when it was gone, because people were asking me, hey, where those tires at? You know, that, oh, I always get these tires with you. You know, a lot of brands that are in the low hundreds, the low $100 range, they can buy them for and make a good profit. So this is a good size to keep. 1065 again, and that's a 1265. You'll be sell. You'll be like the only shop with them, and you can put them online. They'll sell slowly but surely. So I like to keep this size a lot. Again, I told you earlier, 215 8516. A lot of shops don't have them, and you have them. They'll sell 6 of them. Put them all 6 on, you know. So that's a beautiful one. And that didn't go into, like, if you find good deals, buy them. Like in this case, I like these Pirellis. Normally they sell for like over like 220 or so for the customer, but I'm able to sell for like 150 because I was able to find a good deal and sell them at a good price. So sometimes you'll come across them. Like this one, I got it for a good price, so I bought them. It's a good brand. But so if you come across good deals and good prices, buy them that you know you can sell, but tire size that you know you're gonna sell. So that's also recently what I've been doing a lot is doing that, because you're gonna end up with a lot of profit when you sell tires. These tire size, you go, oh man, I made a good profit on this, man. So this is a bread and butter size, 25 75 16. Yeah, so pretty much that's pretty much for today. I know I can keep going and going about. I didn't even jump into like the all-terrain, the big stuff out there, like 285 70 17s, and these things everybody wants these when it comes to like a set of 4. 35 12 50 17s. Put those things on the market, they'll sell. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. That's the most important part. I can keep going on other stuff. I didn't get into semi-truck tires. I didn't get into the used 19.5s, but 19.5s are super profitable, man. Like high profits, and they're able to sell a lot. Sold some yesterday, so that's it for this video. See you next time.